Yeah, reflection is a skill that most of us have never explicitly developed during our own educational experiences, as you suggested. Usually it's an activity that we do more or less randomly in the course of the day. Recognizing that reflection is a key competence, in our agroecology introductory semester, we dedicate some time every week to an organized reflection session. We also require a formal individual reflection document at the end of the course from each student. One useful metaphor for reflection is to think of one side of the Janus mask facing outward toward the world, while the other side is facing inward. The outward orientation means reflecting on what's outside and thinking about actions and reactions to what is going on, for example, in relation to relevant theory. The inward orientation symbolizes a person's inner reflections about observations and experiences outside, as well as relevant theory, in relation to oneself in the process of learning to become an agroecologist. We think both are important, and the challenge to establish a balance between the two is very important. To ignore either would be to lose some potential in the reflection process and to make this a one-sided activity that lacks important dimensions of the true reflection skill. An important aspect is group reflection, a key component of social learning. To be able to share experiences or interpretations, whether after a transect walk across the farm or an interview with a cafeteria manager in the food system, adds value to the overall learning experience. We know that 20 people listening to the same lecture or seeing the same field of intercrops will have 20 more or less different experiences. This is due to prior knowledge, educational events, and learning experiences that all provide some filters through which we see. A group reflection brings this to the surface, and we learn from each other's reflections. This skill requires individual reflection, careful listening to others, and ability to share one's thoughts, which are important prerequisites for dialogue, as described in the dialogue section. We consider reflection so important in agroecology education that we dedicate the final week of the semester to student time for preparing the final reflection document. This counts as an important part of the overall grade in the course.
I'm Abel and I'm from Australia, and reflection to me is an important component. Just like we need to self-reflect as a person to see if we're doing the right thing in our lives, we need to reflect when we're working to see if we have the right approach, analyze what we've done and think about it and see what's good, what's bad, and what can be done better.